Florida smoke DMT, nitrous and poppers and ecstasy. I've even shot smack in an alley, my friend, but I don't wanna do drugs again. Now it seems all you see on TV, pharmaceutical companies, American greed, and the stars and the rappers, they sip on lead, but I'll pass, that's a no thank you for me. Oh, the places that you will go, rehab, psych wards, they start to get old. It's just the warning you don't wanna be told, but it's the ending, God bless your soul. So call me a sellout or quitter, my friend. Rationalizations will follow you to the bitter end. Say I'm uncool, excuse my pardon, but I don't want to shit my pants again. I'm not judging you getting high. I know that lifestyle, I used to be that guy. And oh my life was a pigsty, but I know now that pigs can't fly. So when you ask me, do you want to get high? Genuine drugs that I tested last night. Thanks for the offer, but I won't comply, 'cause if I don't stay sober, I'll die.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Some Comedians Introduce Their Podcast on purpose. I'm really bad at self-promotion. I'm really bad at I do it so I don't forget, dude. I really I will forget if I don't do this thing, dude. Welcome to this is what I do now, dude. Welcome to the anti-George Carlin podcast, the greatest podcast in mankind's history, dude. It really is, though. This is really the greatest podcast on earth. I believe that, dude. I'm north of Philadelphia right now, and to kill some time, you know how people get snowed in like 12 hours? That's a real thing, dude. People get snowed in. It doesn't have to be north of Philadelphia. It could be anywhere. It could be California. People get snowed in all the time. What just happened is I got iced in. Isn't that bizarre? That's a bizarre phenomenon. It sleeted ice, and then everything turned to ice. And the first thing I did, dude, was pop in a chicken pot pie. It's like I ate the entire thing. It was like 2.5 pounds. I'm tall and skinny. Well, I think the drugs kept me skinny, dude. I think doing drugs kept me skinny. It prevented me from being people that are fat, dude. I used to think like, these people have no self-respect. They have no respect for their bodies. These people are gross. Now I get it. If you're not on drugs, you can get fat. You know they have intermittent fasting. Jeez. Yeah. Sheesh, dude. People say sheesh. I think that's a funny thing. I couldn't pull it off, dude. I don't think I can pull that word off, dude. I'm not cool enough, dude. I'm bad with self-promotion. I can't say sheesh. Intermittent fasting. Did you ever hear of fentanyl fasting? You're smoking foil. You don't even have time to eat, dude. It really prevents the stubborn fat. Stubborn fat. Stubborn, like it's sentient. Like it's a sentient being. This fat is ornery. It's really angry. It's stubborn. That fat is stubborn. But that fat is gentle, understanding. That fat is reasonable. But that fat is stubborn. The fentanyl fasting, dude. That's really prevents the stubborn fat. It kind of does, dude. I was going outside. This is how bad the ice storm was. I was going out, and it felt like I had ice skates. I'm like, shh. And in my head, ice is dangerous, dude. I really think ice is dangerous. I don't like ice. And I was like, ice skates. You almost fall. It's like right before you almost fall, it's like a pitch change, dude. You know you're going down. And I was thinking, One false move, I could fall and hit my head on hard ice. My head could hemorrhage, and I will die alone in the cold. You know you're becoming a man, dude, when you're eating 2 pounds of chicken pot pie and thinking everything's dangerous. Safety, you become safety oriented. If you're like a 40 or 50-year-old and you're like not safety oriented, are you really a man, dude? That won't hurt me. I will go anywhere. I will do this hardcore work without respiration, without any PPE. You go, what's wrong with you? You're a child. My dad's driveway is cartoonishly hard to plow, and it becomes so icy, which is comforting to know my 60-year-old dad, every time it ices, he could die. He has these deer corn feeders that are on automatic timers, which must be nice for the deer in the winter months because browse becomes scarce for deer. And all of a sudden deer go, what is this machine? It's like this. It shoots out corn in this vortex, dude. What is this vortex coming at me of corn? Oh, they're probably so happy just eating corn. You can see them. They go to the corn feeder and they eat the corn. And I was thinking, I told him this. Your driveway is so dangerous. You should line up corn feeders along your driveway. So when it snows, you can set a timer and it automatically just shoots out salt perfectly. Gets the whole driveway. Now you're good. You're good, dude. You just have your automatic. I have my automatic salt feeders. The deer will like that too. They will like the salt. Win-win, dude. That's what I say. It's a win-win scenario. But I was imagining my dad, 60 years old, going out with a bag of salt and like one of those miniature shovels, dude, and like ice machines, or like a paper cup. He's out with a paper cup. The entire driveway. Jeez, it's like a cartoon. It's cartoonishly icy. I think the old men that are real men, they don't want to escape their families. I think they literally are so safety oriented. They're a man on a mission now, dude. They go, this is so dangerous. Old man, there's like a little kid with a BB gun, like bam, pretending it's not even loaded. You go, do not point that weapon at me. I will break your hand. They get really safety oriented. It's becoming a man. Real men are safety oriented. And my dad, he said so many. Well, I was saying something I forgot, dude. I am fallible. I am a fallible human being, dude. I do forget what I'm talking about. See, I told you. I would have. This is the drugs, dude. It's the years of damaging my brain. That's what it is. I think fentanyl fasting. It's literally the drugs that make you forget stuff. They say that's true. I've been doing some research on that. And the first thing to go is spatial awareness, which is like if you're setting up an IKEA, it's like IQ stuff. If you set up like IKEA furniture, and I was just thinking, I'm like, not the best with that. I like wing it with IKEA. I don't even look at the directions. I think I'm smarter than I am. That's probably another feature. Actually, I used to think that when I was a kid. Now I maybe the opposite, dude. Maybe the opposite. And guess what? This is actually true. How exciting for you guys to know, and very comforting, that I was on top secret military bases doing work weeks at a time, stationed there for weeks. We're in trouble, dude. I'm right there with you. I was a good worker. I usually got canned for the first time in my life. I don't think I can get clearance at this point in time. Do the psychedelics? I did drugs openly. I openly admitted, dude. I'm outed. For real. I was really on top secret military bases. And I worked originally for a private contractor as well, M. Shaw. like OSHA was, I believe, invented by Nixon in the 70s. I think it was in the 70s. What a cool, it's occupational hazard safety. So MSHA is for mines, minor safety. And it is such a powerful organization. It trumps FBI. If there is an incident on a mine site, MSHA will have the leading authority. I find that interesting. Old men, again, safety oriented. We have to keep it safe. MSHA, you're number one. Old men, dude. But this is true too. The blue collar workers in cement, I was working in cement mine. They view MSHA as like insects, pests, below human, dude. They get on site, oh, these insects are here, dude. And the blue collar workers, a lot of them are unsafe. And you should be safe in the union. I wasn't union, I was salary. But a lot of the blue collar guys, they're union. And they don't care about safety that much. And the company knows this. The corporations know this. And they go, we're going to allot $100,000 to MSHA violations. We know it's unsafe. These guys view MSHA as insects. We're just going to allot $100,000, the big corporations, to pay for our fines for an unsafe workplace. True. That is 100% true, dude. I know the inside deets. And I was working for a mine, whatever. I get a call. Ross, can you get clearance? We need to badge you up. You need to go to China Lake, which is a weapons for military weapons facility. I had clearance in the past for SpaceX at Vandenberg Air Force Base. Again, I'm right there with you. What is this guy doing at our best military facilities? This guy? I'm there with you, dude. I don't get it. I was a good worker, but I was a drug addict. Imagine, dude, being high on heroin on these top secret military bases, dude. So get this. I get to China Lake, top secrets. We're like 80 miles off the base, inside the base, but like way away from anything. We go through gates and they're checking be underneath the trucks, and like there is really intense security. You get out there, and I feel like so they send this. It's called an UMX, an unexploded ordnance officer. He was ex-military. He's cool. I met him every day at 5 a.m. He's a really cool guy, actually. We were in the desert. And I feel like the military just threw this dude at us, like, make sure they don't blow up. Make sure they don't explode. And what happened, why we needed the UMX was in World War II. This is true. I think I'm allowed to talk about it, dude. I don't know, actually, but I'm going to. In World War II, the military buried radioactive equipment, including explosives, mines, and any kind of weapon you can think of. They were doing all these secret tests. And the military is above the law. They don't have EPA regulations. They're environmental regulations they make up. How cool, dude. They get, again, safety trumps. We have to have a military. We have to have a military that protect everyone because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Here's a joke. War. We're going to go. We have to make it. I'm right there with you. We got to protect us. We got to keep us safe. And then they go, and we have to kill all the jihadis in the desert. Whoa, dude. Wow. Really? That's the difference, dude. My dad is the man. Some of these 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds in the military, they're gay, dude. They're like the safety freaks. And they go, and we have to kill people. No, I don't want to do that, dude. So I'm at China Lake. It's not even a joke. Here's a joke. War. It's not a joke, but it is crazy to genuinely, seriously say that. We're going to war. whoa, chill out, dude. So I'm with this UMX. We're at 80 miles away from the base. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's no warning. There's no, hey, we're going to test some of our best equipment today. Heads up. None of that. It's the military's compartmentalized. I know enough to know that. They didn't tell us what was going on, and they didn't tell us what was going on after. But here's what they gathered from military officers. While I'm testing, I was doing soil and groundwater, volatile organic compound testing. If the soil is being affected, if groundwater is being affected. And my job was to determine and delineate how contaminated this radioactive military testing area in World War II, how environmentally they made it. That's really what I was doing. They messed up the environment. I was hired working under a private contractor to delineate the extent of contamination due to World War II military testing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, just this the most insane. I've been in 5 earthquakes. I lived in Los Angeles. I lived in Orange County. I worked in Irvine. I've been in 5 earthquakes. It kind of feels like a waterbed, like because there's a lot of groundwater, and when the tectonics plate they shift, you're kind of floating on that water. You're, I was in a I bought my first car in Los Angeles. It was a 2001 Toyota Corolla. It was blue, and I was on a date in Venice Beach, right? And we're at a red light, and there was an earthquake. And the girl I was with is all like, there's something wrong with your car. I'm like, I just what? I just bought it, and then I felt it. I was like, what is that? And it was an earthquake. She instantly went to, you're nothing, dude. You have a car. That's what she went to. I mean, it checks out, dude. I was a fentanyl addict, dude. There's something wrong with you. Meanwhile, it's a natural occurrence. It's like just my luck, dude. That's literally just my luck. Chicks always do that, dude. It could be a natural phenomenon, literally an earthquake, and they go, your car is awful. You're doing this to me. I am your God. That's what I thought, dude. I am your God. That's right. I am doing it to you. Imagine what else I can do. You're really locked in this car, too. I locked the doors. So, I'm at top secret military base in China Lake in the desert. And I feel that. And it was like an earthquake times 10, dude. It was insane. My first reaction, this is also true. I'm not tough. I'll openly admit that. My first reaction was terror. Fear. It was, oh my God, what is going on? I instantly knew in that moment, I'm not cut out for war. War. We're going to kill people. And there's going to be explosions. No, I'm not Tom Cruise, dude. Jack Reacher. I'm not Jack Reacher, dude. I'm just, honestly, I was a scared drug addict. I was eating chick pop. I'm 230, right? 230 pounds, dude. That's getting big. I used to really think that about people that were fat. They have no self-respect for their bodies. These people are losers. Now I get it. You're not on drugs, you can get fat. The thing, dude. So what happened, and I gathered this after the fact, because after this natural phenomenon, I thought it was an earthquake times 10. I thought like we were in danger. I was like, what is, and the UMX guy is like, there's testing. I go, why they didn't warn us? Seems like we're pretty close. We were 80 miles out. We were actually, it was 120 miles away from where the actual test site was. That's pretty far. And I still felt that. It was so much energy. He's there. Yeah, it was just testing. He's a tough guy, dude. Not safety oriented, apparently. And I just try picking his brain. Everything's compartmentalized, so he doesn't really know what they were doing. I don't think I think there's probably a handful of people on this planet that knew what they were doing that day. And what I got, this is the story. This is the story. It's not, I don't know if it's true or not, but he proceeds to tell me that there are steel rods circling the planet. The military sent up these steel rods acting as if they're satellites circling the planet. And at any given point in time, the military can press a button and triangulate a GPS coordinate anywhere on the globe. And it's not an atomic bomb. It's not an explosion. It's not hydrogen. It's not uranium. It's not splitting the atom, plutonium. It's a steel rod coming down, acting as if it's a meteorite. It has so much terminal velocity from the time it leaves from the satellite position to the triangulated GPS locale. It has so much terminal velocity that it acts as if it is an atomic bomb. Like it's an explosion. It has that much power. And I felt it. And I instantly knew I was not cut out for war. Not my DNA, dude. That's what happens when men get too far on the safety-oriented side. I don't even think men, they don't even want to leave their family, dude. Real men. Maybe your dad's gay. Mine's not, dude. My dad's cool. Your dad's not gay. Your dad's probably cool. It's the weird ones. The weird old people that are so safety-oriented that they go, we have to be safe and go kill people in other parts of the country, from other parts of the world. That's weird. I think that's weird. So that is a real story. And we're still snowed in. We're iced in right now. You want to hear another one? All right. So some of this is top secret. And I don't know it. But I was hired to go to Vandenberg Air Force Base, where they do send up a lot of satellites. So I had information from a lot of different top secret military bases that I've been on. I'm putting the pieces together. This is also true. Elon Musk's SpaceX sends up all of the U.S. satellites. It's no longer NASA. It's Elon Musk's SpaceX. My job was I was hired to go test soil and groundwater around these launch pads at Vandenberg Air Force Base. They have some of the best surfing, by the way. I'm a surfer, dude. They have some of the best surfing in the world, and they lock it off from the public. I don't even think. Hopefully, the military can surf it, dude. It's really cool, dude. Excuse my language. Sorry, YouTube. It's really freaking cool, dude. I didn't say that F word, dude. I'll try and bleep that out. So I'm at Vandenberg Air Force Base, going through these checkpoints with these. They're like with mirrors. They're like under my truck. I'm like, I'm white, dude. Look at my skin, dude. I'm cool, man. So they're checking my truck. So, I get in there and we're testing around this launch pad. And I got to take a leak. Again, not the brightest. We're not the brightest, dude. You're like, I can't believe he was on top secret military bases. I was. I'm right there with you, dude. I already admitted that. I'm not the brightest. So I got to take a leak. And I go to this building near the launch pad. I walk in, and it's like the movies times like a million, dude. It's TV screen. It's pitch dark in this. I don't even know what they're doing in there, dude. I was like, busted, dude. You guys are all busted. I could have went in there like that, and they would just destroyed me, dude. I think that the security. I don't know how I got in the building. Actually, I think I followed someone in. That's how I got in. I'm like, I just have to find the bathroom, and I'm doing my thing. I have a badge and everything, but I take a leak. And someone goes, "Hey, what are you doing here?" He was pissed, dude. Like, really pissed off. I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, "You cannot be in here." I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Sorry." True story. What they had in there, I can only imagine. It was TV screens. It had like spherical globes, and it looked like there was, what is that called? Not a geological. What is that called? There is a thing that exists in science where it's like it shows you layers of the earth. And I'm not sure if they were using ground penetrating radar. I'm not sure what they were doing. I only saw a small section of the thing, of the building, and it really looked like if you're like watching a CIA movie or a military movie, and you see those dark rooms, and they're like, there's like a group of people like talking. That's literally what it looked like. I got to see that firsthand, dude, because I had to take a leak. And then they yelled at me. That's all they really did. What are they gonna do? Beat me up, dude? Arrest me! I had to take a leak. You guys hired me. No one said I couldn't use the bathroom. I just get real. I'm allowed to. You can't be in there. You really can't. That was another thing. During the China Lake one, the military explosion that I firsthand experienced and realized how untough I actually am. I'm at this, I'm like, we're leaving, and I'm with the UMX officer, and we stop at a place where we have to collect another soil sample. Unbeknownst to us, there's a red light. So the whole time we went out during this red light, and this guy freaked out. This guy was jacked. He was like, "What the heck are you doing?" He didn't say heck. He said the forbidden words, guys. He's like, "What are you doing? You can't from here. What the?" It was insane. Like, he was interrogating us at the top of his lungs. I was like, I felt scared, dude, again. This guy had guns on him, dude. Like, it was really intense. And there was a red light, whatever that means. They didn't even brief me on that. I'm unbriefed. I'm in an undisclosed locale. They just dropped a crazy weapon. And now I'm back at this place where I've been there before in the 8 weeks I was stationed there. I was there before, but this time there was a red light. There was like a stop sign with like 4 or 5 lights, and it was red. And this guy just had a conniption, dude. He really had a conniption. He freaked out on us. So I don't know if I was exposed to radiation. I don't know what happened, dude. But now I'm a comic. It was too funny, dude. Too funny. I'm right there with you. If you go, what is this guy? Maybe that's the case for everyone, though. I'm like smart enough to know how dumb I am. If that makes any sense. I think there's like a lot of people that think they're smart and they're on these military bases. They're doing. Imagine all the politicians. There's probably a handful that you go like, I could probably have a beer with that guy and chop it up. There's not. Trump would be fun. He would be fun. Despite his politics, whatever. I'm not a That's another thing with psychedelics. They go, this politics thing, not interesting. I go, it's not interesting anymore, dude. I used to be a believer in I was actually kind of hardcore Republican. Not the brightest. I don't know. I'm not the brightest, dude. I used to believe like a kid, like believing in Santa Claus. I have faith. We're going to do the right thing. Get out of here, dude. I've seen too much, dude. I've seen too much. I know what the military's up to, dude. Dropping bombs on scientists. Oh, man. Too much. All right. This is the I remember. This is the anti-George Carlin podcast. This is the greatest podcast possibly in mankind's history. This is a cool podcast, dude. I'm a youngin' too. Imagine the possibilities of the future. You guys rock. Anyone listening to this, you are awesome, dude. You really are. Thank you for listening to this. You guys rock.